We have talked about two interfaces that are allowing us to implement MVVM into our application: the iNotify property changed and the iCommand. Let's talk about a third interface, the iValueConverter, which is going to adapt a model so it can easily and seamlessly be displayed into the view as the view needs it. The reasons why we should use this interface is precisely because of that, because the model is not always going to have the data as the view needs it. So implementing this interface is going to make that change from the model to the view, or the other way around, from the view to the model, possible directly from SAML. Of course, by directly from SAML, I mean that we don't need to add any code behind to make that change, but we do need a C# class and to implement some C# functionality. But the functionality is going to be triggered from SAML. The way it works is that you implement this interface into one class. By implementing this interface, you will have two members, the convert and the convert back method. The convert method is going to cast the model to whatever the view needs. And of course, the convert back is going to do the opposite. For this to be a little bit more clear, let's take a look at two examples. In here, we are imagining a class that has one property that is of type dateTime. And I am displaying a dateTime type with the year, the month, the day, and after the T, the time. Displaying the time like this may not be exactly what the view needs. Maybe we have a list of posts and we don't want to return always the same thing, always the same format. Maybe if it has been less than 1 hour since that date time, we want to display the amount of minutes. If it has been less than 24 hours, we want to display the amount of hours. If it was a couple of days ago, then we don't want to display 2 days, we want to display yesterday or the day before yesterday or something like that. And then maybe we can display a date. But as you can see, that format is not always going to be the same, it's going to vary. So binding the datetime directly without a converter is not going to do the job. That's why we want a converter, like the one to the right, that is going to return the value as a string after evaluating what I have just said. And then it will return 5 minutes ago, 3 hours ago, yesterday, maybe even last Wednesday if we wanted to. And then the date has the format that we need. Another example is having another class that has an isLoggedIn property set to false. That maybe changes only after the user has logged in. And while the user is not logged in, maybe there are some elements that need to be hidden. And so with a converter, we can change that boolean to another type. In this case, for example, visibility.collapsed, which is going to collapse or hide the elements that are binding to this property. With these two examples, hopefully it's starting to be a little bit clearer how we're going to be using this interface. By using it, we will adapt the model to be displayed the way the view needs it. And in the next lecture, we're going to start by implementing the iValueConverter interface into a new class.